Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
My story. How my ex fooled me, my family, and her family. My ex and I were married for 4 years after being together for about 6 years. We'd known each other for 5 years previously, but hadn't hung out much until we began dating. I established a company shortly after being married, while she was still in college. For the first 3 years, she was a full-time student, and we spent every penny I earned on her education. We never took out a single loan, nor had any help from family. She also took part-time waitress jobs here and there to supplement her income. Instead of seeking a career with her degree, she graduated summa cum laude and immediately came to work with me full-time. My company had grown to 6-8 employees by the time she graduated. It had been precisely 1 year after she graduated till our divorce was completed. I had no reservations about her, and I had complete faith in her. She was sleeping at the start of January, and I was changing our phones on the charger before bed. When I disconnected hers, a Snapchat message from a man I didn't recognize appeared on her lock screen. I also had no idea how Snapchat worked. I opened it and began reading it. She looked to have known the man since high school, and he was aware of her marital status. She spoke garbage about me in the talks, and they made arrangements to go out for drinks many times. I exited the conversation and discovered another chat log with her high school lover. Again, we had a similar chat, and they established arrangements for the duration of our partnership. What a crushing blow! I instantly roused her and inquired as to what was going on. She denied everything. We fought for the following 3 weeks, and on the third weekend, when she was supposed to be out with a friend, she texted me, "I'll be home in 30 minutes. She never arrived. The second weekend she stayed with her mom, which was also a lie. I began searching through our phone records and discovered a lot of strange numbers, but I couldn't identify anybody associated with them. I later found out she had a texting app, WhatsApp. She eventually called me at noon and said, "I'm on my way home. I'll speak to you when I get there." When she returned home, she revealed that she had fallen asleep at the residence of a man she had been seeing. She said that the affair had just recently occurred and that they had only seen each other 2-3 times and would never see one other again. They simply kissed and never had intercourse. They met in the grocery store and exchanged contact information. She advised me to put my confidence in her and forget about it. I questioned her for the following 3 weeks, and she was constantly defensive. She made me feel like a bad person for questioning her in the middle of the night. I had had enough and told her to go and file for divorce at the beginning of February. We continued to collaborate from February through June. I was terribly depressed throughout the months of February and March. To be honest, I'm astonished I'm still alive. Regardless, I persisted in keeping her around. I still didn't want to believe it, and it was particularly difficult for me to accept since she didn't want me to. Our divorce was completed in the middle of May. Throughout the period, she would come over and stay for a few nights, play house and act as if nothing had occurred. When I first informed her I intended to file for divorce, I stated it was simply to have something in place, but I wouldn't follow through if things changed. For the 5 months she questioned me and made me feel like a crazy person, telling me she would never do such a thing to me, that she would never do anything again, and that if I did go forward with it, I would always regret it. She even signed a post-nuptial agreement stipulating she would only receive 10% if she was discovered cheating again. We weren't wealthy, but we were 10 times better off than most people our age. She was aware of my nervousness and used it. I eventually went forward with it because there was just too much craziness. Let us fast forward to early June. On a Monday, I received a phone call from an unknown man. The phone conversation started off as a heated debate. He went on to tell me that he met my ex-wife on Tinder in November and that they instantly hit it off and were BF/GF. She told him she was in a violent marriage, that her ex-husband had beaten her and thrown her in the hospital many times, and that she had divorced him a year previously. She said she was the subject of a restraining order against me. She also said that she had founded a business with her brother years ago, but that her brother had died a few months earlier and that she was now in charge of the business. Isn't it strange that he wasn't invited to the funeral? She has never had a sibling. I emailed him visual evidence of everything, including the messages she sent me the night before, requesting to get out and drink. He immediately understood it was all a ruse and that he had been duped. She even contacted me when I was on the phone with him, so I conducted a three-way conversation so he could hear her. He went on to say, "I can't believe I squandered 6 months. My compassion ran out quickly. I squandered 6 years, paid $40K plus in college tuition, provided a large sum of money in our divorce settlement, purchased 12 plus acres to construct our dream home, and gave her all I had. I was under the impression that children were on the way and that this would be the rest of our life. I had roughly 100 mental boxes ticked and questions addressed after that phone conversation. I felt a lot better about my choices and realized I wasn't insane. I quickly ejected her from the company and sent her on her way. It's been roughly 8 weeks since we officially parted ways. Is all of this to say that things have become easier? No way. There are many unanswered issues, including how things could have gotten so out of hand. Having evidence of 4 years of infidelity with 4 different people doesn't make it any easier. It almost makes you feel more insecure and crazy, in my opinion. I'd never genuinely loathed somebody, but in the past 6 weeks, the mere idea of her has given me a continual searing rage. For the first 6 months, I believe I was in such shock that I was more surprised/upset than anything else, and I didn't experience any emotion. I'd been terribly irritated and filled with rage for the previous 6-8 weeks. We had everything going for us, and she utterly ruined everything. I would have been absolutely okay if she had approached me at some time and said, "Hey, I don't believe this is going to work out, blah blah." The fact that she supported and promoted our relationship for 6 years while she was cheating the whole time. Even after she was discovered, she insisted that we could work things out. Everyone says our relationship was unique. Countless common acquaintances have reached out to tell me how taken aback they were and how it shook them. We communicated well and had a very honest, no BS connection. The most common comment I've received from friends has been, "Y'all truly did seem like best friends," and I agree. My family and hers were both taken aback and couldn't believe it. We used to sit at home with nothing but each other. We'd laugh and joke about our common friends who were continuously cheating or in relationship after relationship, and we'd say things like, "How can they do that?" In the end, I was married to someone 10 times worse than everyone we made fun of. Story 2. A friend, 26 male, of mine, 27 male, wants to be involved in everything and it's tiring. My buddy, who can be rather unpleasant at times, wants to be involved in everything. I originally met him in high school, back in the day, when I told him I played League of Legends with my friends and he wanted me to invite him, so I did, and now he's sort of a member of our group, which we'll name Group A. Then I discovered another group of friends, Group B, and he insisted on being included there as well. Here's where it gets annoying. For some reason, his sense of humor is essentially simply to tease people, insult people, and be nasty to people. I mean, friends tease one another, but he'll call you a stupid out of nowhere, for no reason, when you weren't even speaking to him. I'd tell him a tale about something that occurred on my day, and he'd say something like, "Man, are you serious?" Oh, and guess what? Nobody gives a and things like that, and it's beginning to irritate me. The problem is, I'm the one who introduced him to both of my buddy groups, so he'll most likely be there no matter where I am. I talked to him about how annoying he was becoming, and he was like, "I'm only joking, you know how I love to tease people, but it's really annoying." And because he's known me for a long time, most of the time, he focuses his teases on me. But he teases everyone. I'm the only one who's been vocal about finding it annoying. I once left a Discord call 'cause he was being so annoying. I didn't. What should I do? I've tried talking to him, and it just doesn't work. I can't avoid being with him because he'll be on B's group Discord every minute he's at his house, literally waiting inside a Discord call for someone to join, and will spam the Telegram group chat that he wants to speak with someone. And if I go to my friends at a group, and no one from B group is online, he'll go to A. But he'll only go to A if